Hello everyone and welcome back. I am here today to go through the Ultra Engineer and the way that I go about defeating him. I've done this a few times with this same sort of method, and you will see my first ever defeating of this monster in this video. So for those who don't know, basically 3 new challenge bosses came out recently, and some of them are a bit of a pain and they do require a bit of brain power and teamwork in order to defeat them. Now, I will be touching on the Ultra Warden and Ultra Ezreal in another video, but for today, we are purely talking about the Engineer and the 2 drones. Now, let's start with the classes our group is using. So, we've got a Lightcaster for that support and all-important heal. We've got Lord of Order for even more support, Underworld Chronomancer for the very, very important nuke attack, and you can either mash it up with Stonecrusher or Legion Revenant again for even more support. As we said, you can swap any of these out for similar classes, but for this particular strategy, it is all about hitting that nuke attack, which you will see is my job, being the Underworld Chronomancer. As far as mechanics of this fight actually go, there's only 2 things you're going to need to really worry about. They are the drones and the damage phase. So let's start with the drones. So what you want to do is try to take them both out at the same time, so you can maximise the amount of damage you can do to the boss before they respawn, and watch out for the 250k HP drone, because that counter ability is an absolute pain, and as soon as you see it starting to counter, you need to stop attacking it and then go to the other drone. Do not touch it, otherwise you will wipe. Next up, we have got the Engineer. So again, you want to watch out for its charge attack. Attack the drones as soon as they respawn. You want to make sure you get that nuke attack in, as missing it may mean you need yet another rotation. Presuming you have defeated the drones really close to each other, you'll get 5 to 10 seconds to damage the boss, and it is worth mentioning that with a Chronomancer, you are actually able to one hit and defeat the Engineer in one go. For this example though, that does not happen. Right, so this is the run we went on, and this is how it all unfolded. So as you can see, first thing we want to do is take out the drones. We got them both attacking at the same time. If you're the person running the Chronomancer or the nuking class, you want to try and use that ability on the 250k drone so you can stop it being able to use its counter against you and your team. That is one of the most important things to remember. Once they're down, head straight over to the boss. Presume they've gone down at the same time. As you can see, you should manage to get quite a few attacks in. On this first rotation, I only managed the 290k crit, but that will change later on. As you can see, the drones have respawned, so you want to get straight back in there, all together, all 4 of you, defeating those as quickly as you can. In this case, we do have the higher HP one still outstanding, which may potentially cause you some issues. As you can see, if you take too long on defeating the higher HP one, the other drone will respawn, and suddenly you've got 2. However, luckily, my nuke was ready to go, and as a result, that means we can maximise our damage phase, as both drones were defeated pretty much simultaneously, and I managed to get a full rotation in with the Underworld Chronomancer. That meant I was able to do the 730k crit, and therefore defeating the boss in only 2 rotations. We actually did this again a second time, and we did it in the one go due to a 900k crit that came about. So the Chronomancers really are sort of something you want to bring to this party to make your life easier. You can also use something like Power Word Die. However, that has much more effect on the Ultra Warden, which we'll touch in the next video. So guys, thank you all very much for watching. Huge shout out to the squad you can see here who stuck with it with me, and we managed to do it actually probably within sort of half hour or so, once we figured out what classes were working best and our different combinations. So that was great. If there's any of you majorly struggling with this particular setup and want an alternative, let me know down below in the comments, and I will of course come up with something and post a video on that, breaking it down for you. But personally, you should just be able to swap out the classes I showed on screen for other similar ones, and you should be just about okay. So guys, until next time, leave the video a like and of course subscribe, and I'll see you again incredibly soon.